All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Round 8 post-race press conference. Your AX Pro overall podium here. Vince Friese grabbing the overall win, Ryan Breece grabbing second, and Michael Hicks rounding out the top three. Gentlemen, congratulations, a great night of racing. Michael, going to start off with you. Seemed like in that second main event, once again, you had the speed early and then just fell off the pace just a little bit. We noticed the track was breaking down. It was slick in a few spots. Do you feel like it was track changes that maybe caused that, or maybe something more on the personal side?
Yeah, no, just tired. I mean, I was just drained. These guys ran off and left me. So, yeah, and then like Politelli got me then, and I was trying to hold him off, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to crash. And I actually almost crashed a couple times. So, still third overall, so it's good.
Absolutely, still a solid day. Now, as far as we got to talk about the quad at the end of the rhythm section, you guys obviously are hitting a lot of the same rhythms throughout the series, no matter the size of the track. Are you guys starting to maybe save some things, keep tricks hidden up the sleeve until race time? I didn't see anybody doing that in practice or even qualifying, and then all of a sudden you started to hit it, then Ryan started to hit it, then everybody was hitting it. Is there a little bit of saving some things for race time?
Well, no, actually they built up the face. So I went out in the heat race, and I was like, oh, this face is good. So I tripled it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to huck it. So it was fast, and then obviously I knew everyone else was going to do it, so I figured I'd do it right away. So, but, yeah, I mean, it was really good. And yeah, no, I mean, you just got to hit the line everyone else is going to do. So sometimes you got to huck yourself.
Now, last thing for you, we're racing both the AX Pro and the X Pro. I know you've got to have you're leading the point series in the X Pro class, but does it start to frustrate you a little bit, spending that much time out and then maybe not able to give everything that you want to be able to give in the AX Pro class? We've seen you kind of a little fatigued at the end of some of these races, but you know you are spending more laps than your competition.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is frustrating to get tired in the last main, but you know, I'm looking for the future of my career. The Stark's coming in. I love that bike, so you know, maybe I'd like to push for that, and maybe they make that the future of my racing career. So Arenacross will always be here, and I'll always be able to do it. So I'd like to go do some different things, racing electric bikes, and you know, it might be the future, and hopefully we could, you know, obviously set some history here, like win a championship. So, but yeah, it's I mean, I hate getting tired, but looking bigger picture here.
Well, again, a huge congratulations on third place and a solid night overall. Ryan, going to move over to you. Let's just address the elephant in the room. Kind of take us through what happened in that first main event. You had a really solid performance, worked your way past some competition, including your teammate, and started to set sail from there. Take us through the incident in question and how you felt about things from your perspective.
Yeah, it was kind of like being the patient game. The first like 5 or 6 laps there was, I don't know, yeah, I was just kind of sitting there back in third, and then seen some lines that I was like, you know what, I can maybe get a good drive off of that, and it would help me out. So, yeah, just kind of, I don't know, just kind of trying to click some laps off, and then, yeah, at the end of the race to kind of do the typical thing from the AMA, but whatever, what can you do?
Well, and I got to give you credit. You handled it with poise when things didn't go your way. You lined back up for the second main event, didn't quite get the start in front of your teammate, but we saw you kind of yo-yo back and forth. Was there something Vince was doing to stretch things out, or did you feel like there were a couple instances that you hit a specific section really well, that you gained time? Kind of talk about the chase behind your teammate.
Yeah, it was weird. After the quad that we were all starting to do, he was starting to gap me from the exit of the turn, and I just couldn't. I'm just not too solid with that turn right there. So yeah, I just kind of had to pick it apart, and then I found like a good line that I could really swing the bike around. And the past couple laps, he got caught up in some lappers, and I was like, gosh, this could help me out a little bit. But then yeah, just couldn't get it done. But yeah, tomorrow night.
Now let's talk about the final 2 straightaways. You got one of the best drives I saw through the whoops all night on that final lap, headed into the final corner, and then jumped the triple almost in the exact same time as Vince. Almost came together on the landing, came up just short of the win, but take us through those last 2 straightaways.
Yeah, man, I was just trying to, I don't know, I figured I was trying to find a way there, or yeah, not really. I mean, not too crazy of a passing track. It's pretty high pace, but at the same time, you could kind of pick them off where you think you can, but yeah, I don't know. I was trying to, like, you know what, maybe I could square off and see what's up. But, yeah, you know how that goes.
Well, I know it was a tough call for you from the AMA. You handled it with class. Congratulations on second place.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Going to move over. Vince Friese, we talked at the beginning of the day. You said this is where your Arenacross career started. You grabbed your first overall win. I know you guys don't let a lot of things affect you, good or bad, but did you have a little bit of a different vibe coming into this weekend? We saw you throw in some whips that we don't normally see as far as just how big they were. And, man, it seemed like you were just really fired up to go racing here today in Reno.
Yeah, I do have a good vibe here. I don't know. I think we're staying at a casino. I was telling Ryan, we walked into that casino. I'm like, just the smell of this place, like, you like it. We don't get Vegas on the schedule anymore, so yeah, good vibe. We're going back to the casino tonight, eat some dinner, and do it all again tomorrow. It's a cool place.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about main one. I heard you on the podium. You were behind your teammate. Take us through the situation from your point of view. Said you kind of thought maybe that there was a penalty going to be handed out after the race and maybe held back a little bit. Take us through what you saw and kind of how you feel about the situation.
Yeah, I mean, I hate that for Ryan because he rode his butt off in the first one and passed us both. And I did see the red light, and I could definitely see that he couldn't see it because there was a lapper right there and the whole deal. And the lights, I don't know if it's a new thing that they're doing or whatever, but it's just something that they haven't sorted all the way out. And unfortunately, we've kind of taken the brunt of it. I've taken a couple of them. Ryan's, I think, probably his second one now, and bummed for him. But yeah, I definitely saw that there was a red light going, and it actually changed like right after he went across. So I wasn't sure what to do. I think I still rolled it, and yeah, I was kind of like, it's not worth chasing him down right here. We got another moto. Save some energy, take some less risk. I don't think I would have passed him back in that one anyways. He was riding really good, and there's not much to do out there. I feel like I maybe could have pressured him a little bit, but again, just save the energy, and I needed it for the second one because he was right there. You know, it was weird. We'd go through a pack of lappers, and I would kind of pull a gap, and then we'd go through a pack of lappers, and he'd be right there, and I kind of lost track of where he was right at the end, and I think must have almost got me, judging by the sound of the crowd there at the end. So. Yeah, it's something about the small tracks. It's hard to figure out exactly when you're yo-yoing with a guy. So, still something maybe I'm figuring out.
Now, one of your strong points of the season has been the start. You and Austin Politelli in that first main event were in a drag race coming into turn one. He did get the best of you, but talk about we've normally seen you getting the best as far as the reaction time goes. We also see you on either the inside or the outside. We've seen you drift a little more toward the middle here tonight. Take us through kind of that decision and then your starts for the main events.
Yeah, we've all been kind of listening to the air purge from the gate on that outside gate, but when it's so short, it's not worth the risk of going all the way out there and being caught outside. So, yeah, we were all kind of huddling up to the 1, 2, 3 gates, and Austin just timed that gate like so perfectly in the first one. It was crazy. Yeah, and there's nothing you can do when a guy does that. They're going to beat you. So, it was kind of cool to see from him. You don't see that from him much. So, yeah.
As far as the track goes, not sure whether there'll be any changes between tonight and tomorrow night, but is there any section that sticks out to you that you feel like you could improve upon or maybe even gain some more time on?
Yeah, I mean, normally we'd be watching film and stuff. We don't have that, but I know the app works pretty good, that Arenacross All Access, so I'll go watch it back on that, and we'll see what it is. I think I felt Ryan entering whoops pretty good right behind me, so maybe we can try to hit him a little harder tomorrow and, yeah, see what we got to do.
Well, congratulations to all three of you. I'm going to open up the floor now if anybody else has got any questions.
I got three questions for each of you from the internet. We'll start with you, Vince. First of all, what's your game of choice in the casino?
Blackjack.
All right. I've got the same question for all three of you. We'll ask it Vince first. Overall, were you happy with the track tonight? And if you saw some changes, what would you like to see changed?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about what I would think they need to change. It's honestly a really good racetrack. Little hard to pass. It's high speed and kind of high intensity, so probably really tiring for Michael, but obviously it worked. I think Ryan really liked it, so probably a good racetrack. I don't know. We'll let them see what they come up with.
All right. Last question for you. It seems like you weren't the fastest tonight, yet you managed to hold these guys back all night. What was the reason for that success?
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of track that when we're carrying that kind of speed in a small area like this, it can bite you quick. So I was kind of just managing it a little bit. I felt like, I don't know if I could have beat Ryan or not in the first one if I'd have made a push at it, but I just felt there was no reason in that one. And then, yeah, the second one just don't need to go faster than what it calls for. It doesn't matter if you win by a tire or by 10 seconds or whatever. So just kind of managing it. I do have a points lead. I'm trying not to think about that much, just try to win races and keep that rolling. But when you're out front in a race or a situation like tonight with the red light, you kind of think about the championship a little bit and the points. So, yeah.
All right. Ryan, got a couple questions for you. One of your best nights of racing this season, what do you test that to?
I'm starting to feel better. Yeah, like my knee feels good and had a couple weeks off, which is good. This is all from Vince's roost. Anyway, like the knee's starting to feel freaking strong again. It's exciting for me. Haven't been riding during the week, which is awesome, and I think it's just like giving me a little bit more boost of just like excelling during the weekends. And I like these double days. I really do. Just keep on racing. That's my game plan.
All right. Well, we're talking about double nights. Are you happy with the track that you had tonight? And if you saw some changes, what would you like to see changed?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you were to change anything, I mean, maybe slow it down just a little bit. It's super fast. It's a fast-paced track, but gosh, it's raceable. I think it's nice. I mean, I think all these boys would say it's great, you know. And and what was cool is like it kind of not really rutted up, but it got some lines in the corners and stuff, so we could vary different lines, cut in, and then use the rut that we needed to. So yeah, overall good track. We're all excited for tomorrow, I think.
You do realize you could just slow down on your own. You don't have to go that fast, right?
I obviously need to go a little bit faster. Second ain't gonna do it.
All right, last question for you. You handled the podium like a pro, but do you feel like you got robbed on that call?
Yeah, I'm gonna for sure appeal this thing. I'm gonna appeal it. Yeah.
All right. Hicks, got a couple questions for you. Do you believe you'd be more of a title threat if you focused on one class, or do you feel that extra time on the track is helping you?
I mean, I think I would. I have a little bit more energy for that second main event. But it's just a lot of racing. But like I said, I'm sitting second in points right now. It's pretty good money. So we've been on the podium every time, almost. And so I'm just trying to make some money and have fun riding my dirt bike.
All right. What's your chocolate milk and donuts of choice?
Oh, Nesquik, and then obviously Hostess, powdered donuts.
All right. For the track, you happy with it? Any changes? What would you like to see changed?
I like it. It's really fast. Obviously, these guys had some more intensity than I did, but we're about to go race Supercross, so it's getting me ready for that. And high intensity, I need to pick it up. So this is a really good track, and I really like it.
All right. Thank you guys very much for your time. Once again, that is going to do it. Our AX Pro Podium overall, Vince Friese, Ryan Breece, and Michael Hicks. Have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.